The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead, they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. The Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
Hello, how are you doing? Today's video is the start of this game actually. I want to explain some things before we start, while before I choose the character and everything. I'm sorry. They say the background you select will determine which of the 6 distinct opening stories you play through. It also affects how characters respond you throughout the game. Well, I will tell you one thing, I already know exactly what kind of person I want to be, or what kind of something I would be, a race, yeah. But I chose to start the game in easy because I want to focus on the plot, not the actual game, not the how you play the game. In this case, I want to focus on the plot. And in easy, because sometimes you order them to do something and they won't obey, so it's kind of restarting the game again. And this is another thing that I want to say. I will save the game as many times as possible. I will have 2 save games. One, it will be the number 2 is the one that is kind of the backup. Once I finish the videos in case my computer collapses and everything is lost. So it's kind of the savior for me in case that I need to restart the play from the scratch. Like sometimes that happens that I lose all what I filmed because I filmed with the program and won't save what I filmed until I put a stop. And if I need to restart the computer, the stop I never press, so I lose all the footage. That's it. But throughout the game, in the first one, in the actual saving the game, it'll be several times that I will save a game before going into something, in the middle of something, and after we finish something. So it will be like maybe in one fight I'll save the game like 8 times. So beware about that. And sometimes, like I said, not me actually, I will be telling them to do something and sometimes they don't do it. And I'm playing easy, not normal, just easy, because I know how long this game is. This game is around 70 to 80 hours. If you put more difficulty level into the game, you're more into the strategic part of the game. And I am not into that right now. And if in easy is 70 hours or 80 hours, how much more time, because you need to pause, you need to set the strategies, how longer this game will be in that way. Maybe a fight that you can finish in around 10 minutes, it will take you an hour. So, and there are 4 different types of levels: easy, normal, hard, and nightmare. I never play in hard or nightmare, I play in normal. But I will play it in easy just for the plot, okay? Just for the plot. And I will play a character that I always play. Human race, female, because I am a girl, and I'll be a warrior. I can be a rogue, but I'm a warrior. But let's say this before starting. This video will be like the longest. You can choose between female and male. You can choose between a human, an elf, and a dwarf. As you can see, these two have these 3 classes. They are warrior, mage, or rogue. When you choose, for example, the mage, this changes because the mage will get one type of, it can be a female too, is one background. If you choose being a class, a warrior or a rogue, it will be a human noble. So again, a magi. If you are a mage, the background will be the magi. If you're a warrior and a rogue, it will be the same. In the case of the elf, you have 2 different backgrounds when you are a rogue or a warrior. For mage, it will be the same as a human. For the warrior, you can be a Dalish elf, an elf from the forest, or a city elf, also the rogue. And we have also the dwarves. The dwarves can only be these 2 classes. There are no mages. And the background is a commoner or a noble. This is so close to what this one is, because If you're a human and a warrior and a rogue, you just only be a human noble. And for the dwarves, you can be a noble as well. So, for my case, I will start with a human. I will be a warrior, and of course, my background will be loyalty. So, human, human noble is born to wealth and power second only to royalty. You find your training in both diplomacy and battle put to the test as your brother leads the bulk of your family's forces to war in the south. If I choose to be a magi, will be wielding a power as dangerous as it is potent. You know that magic is a curse for those lacking the will to control it. You anxiously await your harrowing. The one chance to prove yourself against the demons lurking without and within. Succeed or be slaughtered by the knight who war against your kind. We will know later on what these knights are. I know exactly what the knights are. Something that we already know from Assassin's Creed, actually, another game. This is the same. So elf, it will be from, this one is also the same telling. But if you're a Dalish elf, you'll be proud of your role as one of the few true elves. You have always assumed you will spend your life with your tribe, until a chance encounter with a relic of your people's past threatens to tear you away from everything you have ever known. And then you have a city elf, that you have always lived under the heavy thumb of your human overlords. But when a local lord claiming his privilege with the bride shatters your wedding your wedding day, the simmering racial tensions explode in a rain of vengeance. Good. And then the dwarves. That you can be a commoner, born castless in a land where rank is everything, born as the lucky? Sorry. And back of the local crime lord. You have spent your life invisible, and the chance thrusts you into the spotlight where you can finally prove whether you will be defined by your actions or your birth. A noble, as the favored child of the Dwarven king, you proudly take up your first military command, only to learn that the deadly intrigues of family and psychopaths may possess the greater danger than even the battlefield. Okay, so human, female, and I will go. I would leave the name. I would call it Eliza. Some will call it Eliza, whatever. I call it Eliza. How we have all these faces that are preset. It's kind of a come on. Ugh. I will try to get a little bit closer for what I think. Is this close to the first one? The closest, I think that I will leave the first one. I think this one will be great. My skin is like, I cannot see really great the eyes. Eye size. I want the color. What kind of color I give? I think that this one, that it looks. I have amber eyes. I will try to make her as close as I can be. I am not that kind of. Let's see if I can. No. So probably that one could be best. I want the mouth. Maybe I will just. Maybe I will be like that. I am not like this whatsoever. Eyebrows. No, no, come on, no eyebrows. Hmm. My eyebrows are a little bit arched, but not like this. No, no, maybe that one. My hair color. I am. Maybe I'm between this one and this one. This one is a tiny bit darker, so I will go for this one. And the hair. No. I think I'm always in a ponytail. No, no, no. So it's most of the times that I film my videos, my makeup videos, I could be like this, or I can be like that. I used to like this way of hair, but my actual I completely forgotten how they call. It's a long time. They are very long now. They're how are they called? Oh my goodness, I completely forgotten the word. Okay, come on. Oh, it's not centuries, right? Something close to that. Oh my goodness, I completely forgotten. Oh, oh, in Spanish. I'm missing word in both languages. Oh, come on. Oh, how's it called? I think Americans call it bangs or something like that. I think fringe. I was kind of yeah, fringe. But for some reason I was right. My mind was now playing when I said, hey, I think it was this thing. I'm so sorry, guys. Nose. Kinda. Uh, I won't take a long time, but it's kind of. I am fatter than this actually. So probably a bit more. I don't have jaw, defined jaw, so I never had it even when I was very thin. In my youth, I was 51 kilos with my 164 centimeters tall. Well, 1 meter and 64. I am an average uh, a person, so it's kind of well. I will leave it. I will leave her like this. Maybe I don't know this. My face is kind of long, but yeah, well, whatever. I think it's fine. Maybe it is the closest. Is I am not that pretty actually. I am not, and I won't take more time. Uh, so and now the portrait. Can you please smile a bit, but not be like this is how I'm looking at the monitor now. No. What is so horrible? Uh, no, no. Oh. Nah. Well, it's kind of a weird thing. Oh, so close. Oh, there we go. I kind of, okay. Okay. The voice.
No, it is gone! Greetings. Greetings. Charmed. Greetings. 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 Greetings.
Maybe. I have no idea. Okay. Ooh. But at some points to spend. Our magic won't be ever. The strength. There we go. It's kind of. Strength is the physical prowess and the damage. But the dexterity, sorry. I don't know why I say dexterity. I don't know. It's the agility, the reflexes, and a balance. Then the willpower is the determination, mental fortitude, stamina for combat. Magic with cunning determines how character learns and reasons. There are some skills that request cunning. And constitution, come on, constitution. The health and resilience. So, resilience, right? I'm reading any resilience, yeah. So, I will get one. I will get this one and this one. Not because I know, just because I will go for coercion. There is some things that we need throughout the game. We need one in here. I will tell you that. And coercion also will give us some stuff. And it's alright with the rest. Warrior. What do I want? I want a weapon and shield, so I might go for. This is passive, this is sustain. There we go. You have some stuff like double weapon if you want to go for the double weapon. I like going weapon and shield. There's other people that go two-handed, archery, and this is kind of some powers that warrior has as the class. So, and we are not even started the game, just 25 minutes in. Once I play, probably we'll start the game. So, let's go. And you need the requirements. So strength is requirement, and also dexterity. team. And Master Combat in Training. There are some things that will be unlocking if you put something there. So you need to balance some stuff. So this one, for example, will give you only dexterity. And come on, you're a warrior. These two, I think, shared with rogues. And this one is just, these two are the warriors only. So let's go for Shield Pummel, Shield Bash. This one is kind of given. And this passive that is Shield Block. I will leave it just a second if you want to pause the video so you can read the stuff. And I will go for easy. Let's go.
For generations, your family, the Kuzlans, has stewarded the lands of Highever, earning the loyalty of your people with justice and temperance. When your country was occupied by the Orlesian Empire, your father and grandfather served the embattled kings of your land. Today, your elder brother takes up House Kuzlan's banner in service to the crown, not against the men of Orlais, but against the bestial Darkspawn rising in the south.
I trust then that your troops will be here shortly.
I expect they will start arriving tonight, and we can march tomorrow. I apologize for the delay, my lord. This is entirely my fault.
No. The appearance of the Darkspawn in the south has us all scrambling, doesn't it? I only received the call from the king a few days ago myself. I'll send my eldest off with my men. You and I will ride tomorrow just like the old days.
True. Though we both had less grey in our hair then. And we fought Orlesians, not monsters.
At least the smell will be the same. I'm sorry, Pop, I didn't see you there. How? You remember my daughter?
I see she's become a lovely young woman. Pleased to see you again, my dear.
I'm sorry. This game is based on choosing. You can choose also with the keyboard. There are some times that the choose is kind of where you go for one, then you will understand this, but for one side or the other in a friendship thing, the neutral, enemy, friendship stuff. And sometimes it's for you to gather more information. So, if I don't read all the time, please forgive me. I'll try. My English, there are some words that I never read in my life. I don't know what it means. And if I say them wrong, feel free to leave that word in the comments down below so I can reach for them, see how they pronounce, and be better next time. So, the four options, it will be, was I brought up here for a reason? And you, how? Sorry. Is your family here? How? So you're not leaving to tomorrow? So that is the four stuff. Maybe what I'm going to do is I will read the one that I would choose, because I think that it will take more time if I read all of them out loud, but I will try, because she won't say a word. I think later on they will say something in other of the games, but not in Dragon Age Origins or Awakening. So he says, I see she's become a lovely young woman. Pleased to see you again, my dear. Let's see for the is your family here or and you are how, but um maybe it's kind of okay.
My son Thomas asked after you. Perhaps I should bring him with me next time.
Oh, to what end? I'd like that. Thomas is a few years younger than I am. I have no interest in arranged marriage. Well, I'd like that.
Good. My son's rather fascinated with stories of your prowess as a warrior. I dare say he'd like to test it firsthand.
At any rate, Pup, I summoned you for a reason. While your brother and I are both away, I'm leaving you in charge of the castle.
What? No. Are you certain? That involves such a task. I'll do my best, father. What? How can I go in together with you and Fergus? Is that really necessary? What? I can go.
I'm certain you'd more than prove yourself, but I am not willing to deal with your mother if you join the war. She'd kill me if I let you go. She's already twisted into knots about Fergus and me going.
That's not fair. Let me talk to her. I convince her. If you don't send me, I'll kill you. Ah, that's so. That's not fair. I want to fight. Very well. I do what I think is best.
Now, that's what I'd like to hear. Only a token force is remaining here, and you must keep peace in the region. You know what they say about mice when the cat is away, yes? There's also someone you must meet. Please, show Duncan in.
It is an honor to be a guest within your hall, Tyrn Cousland.
Your lordship, you didn't mention that a Grey Warden would be present.
Duncan arrived just recently, unannounced. Is there a problem?
Of course not. But a guest of this stature demands certain protocol. I am at a disadvantage.
We rarely have the pleasure of seeing one in person, that's true. Pup, Brother Aldous taught you who the Grey Wardens are, I hope.
They are an order of Grey Warriors. They defeated the Darkspawn long ago. He said they were a small order and no longer important. Is there a reason I should care? No, and all because...
They are the heroes of legend, who ended the Blights and saved us all. Duncan is looking for recruits before joining us and his fellow Wardens in the south. I believe he's got his eye on Sir Gilmore.
If I might be so bold, I would suggest that your daughter is also an excellent candidate.
Honor though that might be, this is my daughter we're talking about.
I think I rather like the idea, Father. Is there a reason I shouldn't join them? I have no interest in becoming a Grey Warden. Perhaps that will get me into battle. Maybe that. Is there a reason I shouldn't join them?
You did just finish saying that Grey Wardens are heroes, old friend.
I've not so many children that I'll gladly see them all off to battle. Unless you intend to invoke the right of conscription.
Have no fear. While we need as many good recruits as we can find, I've no intention of forcing the issue.
Pup, can you ensure that Duncan's requests are seen to while I'm gone?
Of course. Don't explain my abilities or anything. I doubt I have to be here for that, do I? Of course.
In the meantime, find Fergus, and tell him to lead the troops to Ostagar ahead of me.
Where's Fergus? What is it? Are you trying to get rid of me? But I'd like to stay and talk to Duncan. But I am not done talking to you yet. Let's see.
You'll have plenty of time after we're gone. We must discuss the battle plans in the south. Be a good lass and do as I've asked. We'll talk soon.
Horrible. Ugh. Oh. Yeah. What? Use the mouse to bring down. Okay, whatever. Okay, your character knows. Okay.
Shouldn't you be off to your brother, as I asked?
Isn't that a...
When the king demands it. In fact, not sending our forces south would be a distinctly bad idea. Don't worry, pup. You shouldn't see many problems, but I want you to prepare the men left here, in case.
In case of what? I'm so sorry I couldn't read the last one. I got distracted. Are you sure you'll be alright? Where do you think Fergus is? In case of what?
Legends of the Blights tell of horrible things. These Darkspawn once threatened many lands. If we can't hold them, you must prepare for the worst.
Alright. Now you're scaring me, Father. I'll do my best, Father, I swear it. And what can I do with a handful of gods? This is why I should go with you. Yeah.
I trust you to do what is best. And don't be afraid to ask your mother's advice. She's Ferelden born, strong, just as you are. But let's not speak of ominous things. We shall assume that all will go well, and the Maker will watch over us.
Are you sure you'll be alright?
Your brother and I go into battle, not an afternoon tea. Who knows what will happen to us? I will tell you, however, you're my darling daughter. I love you, and I trust you completely to carry on the Kuzlin name if the worst should happen. But don't worry about me, dear girl. You'll have enough to occupy your mind while I'm gone.
What do you think, Fergus?
Upstairs in his chambers, no doubt, saying goodbye to Oriana and your nephew.
Okay, I'll go now.
I'll talk to you soon. Just let me finish my meeting with Duncan.
Right. Every single time that you have already choose someone and you have the different options unlocked, you will get codexes.
Shouldn't you be off to your brother, as I asked?
I
I'll talk
don't
to you
know.
soon. Just let me finish my meeting with Duncan.
Why I do that? Because sometimes it will trigger another options, so you can get another causes.
Yes?
Nothing. Sorry to bother you. How long have you and father been friends? Your son is interested in me. I trust the delay with your men is nothing serious. I just wanted to wish you well. Oh, how? How long?
We fought together under King Maric when he drove the Orlesians out of Ferelden. Heady times. The years since have not held the same promise. It's not something a youth would understand. It will be good to ride beside your father again.
Your new king, Marek, because the other ones are the same as I read before.
Your father hasn't spoken about time with him? That man took care of his friends. As they say, he was large as life and twice as tall. It's too bad Kalen isn't half that.
You don't think much of You don't think much of King Caitlin?
I think of him as much as he thinks at all.
That's enough, Hal. You speak of our king.
The girl did ask, your lordship. As per the latitude you allow. I merely offered my opinion.
Okay, so your son is interested in me.
The topic has come up from time to time. The young and their infatuations.
I got the impression Thomas didn't like me. I don't remember returning the interest. It sounds more serious than that.
I'm sure that was years ago. People change. To be honest, I have no expectations. And your father seems determined to let you find your own way. If something did happen, well, we'd address it as befits a family of our stature.
Don't hold your breath. I think I'd like that. With a C. Okay.
I'm sure There will be much to discuss once I return.
I trust the delay. Blah 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 blah.
Poor weather, I believe. Their progress has been slow, but it's nothing you need worry about.
You told my father the delay was your fault, not weather.
In a manner of speaking, if I had reinforced our border levies earlier, my troops could have left before the rains. I confess, my confidence in your father allowed me some complacency. I guess that makes it as much his fault.
Okay, I just want you to wish well.
I thank you. That is quite unnecessary.
Suspicious. Let's see if there is something else.
Oh, really, you should do as your father asked. The trouble ahead won't wait for these little chats.
Okay, so there are all the things. Okay.
I thank you. That is quite unnecessary.
Andangon.
I'm sorry, but I believe your father wishes to talk to the Arl and myself alone.
I'll leave you alone then. May we speak later? I was hoping to ask you a quick question or two.
Very well. I doubt your father would mind a slight delay.
If they're really darkspawn in the south, how much danger are Fergus and my father in? Would you really recruit me into the Grey Wardens? Did you really come all this way to see Sir Gilmore? Never mind, I ask you later. Let us tell what they want.
Indeed. We spotted a horde assembling in the Korkari Wilds not 3 weeks ago. Luckily, King Kaelan took us at our word and marshaled Ferelden's forces quickly. The first battles have already been fought. Your father and I must move quickly.
How many darkspawns are there?
Thousands. Perhaps 10,000 or more in this horde. Normally the Darkspawn stay in the deep roads. It bodes ill that so many risk the surface.
How much danger?
Well, I understand the first battles have gone easily.
Indeed. Are the Grey Wardens sure this is a blight, and not simply some large darkspawn raid?
No archdemon has been sighted yet, my lord. But with my entire soul, I believe this is a blight.
I wish we shared your faith. I suppose we shall see for ourselves once we arrive at the King's camp.
Did you really... Let's go for the third one.
I have only found a couple of worthy candidates in my travels across Ferelden. Your father invited me here, suggesting this Sir Gilmore. If he is not suitable, I will head south and join up with the king.
You know the king?
Not well. King Kaelan is an eager young man who has shown great wisdom in responding to the Darkspawn threat.
I've heard he's a bit enraptured with the Grey Warden legend, and that is why he caters to your order.
How? That is unworthy of you.
He only repeats what we've all heard. Whatever the king's reasons, I'll take his support. The priority is defeating the Darkspawn before they threaten all of Ferelden.
And the last one is, would you really recruit me into the Grey Wardens?
Of course. You're young, skilled, and eager for battle. Or so I heard. The Grey Wardens do not recruit simply anybody, and I intend no flattery when I say you show promise. The old treaties allow me to conscript you even against your father's wishes, but I will not do so. Our order is too small to risk animosity with Ferelden's nobility.
And glad I am to hear it.
It's tempting, your lordship, but I'm content to see what other candidates your castle offers.
I'll leave you alone then.
Until we speak again.
Let me see if...
I'm sorry, but I believe your father wishes to talk to the Arl and myself alone.
May we speak later?
Your father has left you in charge of the castle? Then I will see you at dinner tomorrow, if not sooner.
And then I said... I'm looking forward to it. I would prefer sooner. I was hoping you might test me for recruitment. Let's see if I can choose these two.
Honestly, the Wardens would be thrilled to have you, but I won't go against your father's wishes. If you wish to discuss this further, however, let us talk after your father and the Earl depart.
I'm standing right here, you know.
I'm only suggesting satisfying my host's curiosity, as tempting as recruitment might be.
So let's see.
I'm sorry, but I believe your father wishes to talk to the Earl and myself alone.
We'll speak later.
Your father has left you in charge of the castle? Then I will see you at dinner tomorrow, if not sooner.
I prefer sooner.
Then let us meet in the morning. I will seek you out before Sir Gelmo's testing. Would that be sufficient?
Um, we have several other things. I said, yes, that should be fine. I guess it will do. What about tonight? In my room? I'm so tempted for the last one.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, but it would be inappropriate for me to be in your quarters unescorted. Until the morning, then. I look forward to it.
I'm so sorry I had to try. Okay.
Good evening, my lady.
Oh. Block Hippos and Muggers on your current area map. Okay, thank you. Exploration. I don't need those things. But I don't remember which one is the key that I need to use. Oh, okay. There we go. If I press this, how is it called? You can see, like, oh, I have so much guard stock.
Good evening, my lady.
There's another guard here.
Good evening, my lady.
There are some things to kind of, let's see.
Greetings, my lady. You are the Terran's daughter, are you not?
Anna, who are you? How is that you don't know who I am? I am indeed Lisa. Yeah. Yeah.
That is good to know. I understand you shall take charge of your father's castle once we march.
That's a little nosy. Nosy. Not if I have anything to say about it. I'm told yes.
I apologize. Good evening, my lady.
Let's see if he says something else.
Good evening, my lady.
Okay, nothing else. I don't even know. No.
Good evening, my lady.
But there you have. There is sometimes that you can talk to one of them, but actually you cannot talk again. That is a bit terrible thing because sometimes you can access to more information. In this case, I didn't. So I will save it for first time, and I will just have it at Kuzma. There is no books, there are not anything that I should get. It's
Of course.
of course.
Good evening, my lady.
Okay, I know exactly. I am not a rogue.
Good
Rogue
evening, my lady.
can, oh, it's so. There we go. What we have here? Oh, we have this. Oh, see, there's a book here. A new codex. And there is another book here that I will know. I won't read anything, actually, to be fully honest. But if you keep fabricating these things, you know exactly. Is the one that is up? I don't know how it calls. Um, we have block map. Um, the one that is Control Shift block and the one up there. I don't know how it calls in English, to be fairly honest. But pressing that one, it will give me the light. This thing.
Evening, my lady. Evening, my lady.
But
Maker, prepare a place for us. Redeem our world from sin. Forgive our transgressions.
Maker, forgive us all!
Have you come to pray for your brother and father? I'd be happy to ask for the Maker's blessings with you.
I will appreciate that, Mother. My lord. Perhaps later. If it will make you feel better, I don't see the point. Yeah.
Please, child, call me Malone.
Please, child.
I've known you since you were a wee babe after all. Creator of the sky, the land, and the sea. Hear your people in our time of need.
Say nothing.
Let no man have cause to fear the shadows. Let their souls be lifted upon your return. So let it be.
Say nothing.
Your faith is silent tonight. I hope you are just deep in reflection. There are many more who must receive the Maker's blessings before they leave. If you would excuse me.
Could you answer? Say, I should go anyway. Thank you, my lord. Could you answer a few questions?
I cannot. Many await my attendance before they march into the unknown. We shall talk once the soldiers have departed.
Thank you. See, that is enough. The call is updated. These are the, as you can see, I can now go into here. You can now go into here.
Good evening, my lady.
Come on.
Good evening, my lady.
Thank you.
Good evening, my lady.
Yes.
As you can see, there is a chest that I won't insufficient skill because I cannot open some stuff unless you're a rogue.
Very well.
We will serve you while the Terran is away.
The castle is so eerie with everyone preparing to ride south. It'll be so empty.
I will check the sensibility. Coming up movement sensibility. There we go. There we go. I feel smooth. Oh, kind of.
There you are. Your mother told me the Terran had summoned you, so I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, are you looking for me? Hello to you, too, Sir Gilmore. Good thing to consider father's company. Hello to you.
Pardon my abruptness, my lady. It's simply that I've been looking everywhere for you. I fear your hound has the kitchens in uproar once again, and is threatening to leave.
Did the dog get into the larder again? She was my nanny before she was the cook. None won't leave. Nanny's just blowing up steam. She's always been like that. So why looking for me? Do something?
You know these Mabari hounds. He'll listen to his mistress, but anyone else risks having an arm bitten off.
A stupid dog. He never behaves. He knows better than to hurt anyone. I'm busy at the moment. Then I guess I should go collect him. Yep.
That would be wise, before Nan tears down the walls. You're quite lucky to have your own Mabari warhound, you know. Smart enough not to talk, my father used to say. Of course, that means he's easily bored. Nan swears he confounds her just to amuse himself. At any rate, your mother would have me accompany you until the matter is settled, shall we?
To the kitchens then. I need to talk to my father first. Well, my brother first. I don't need you to follow me around. Where's my mother exactly? Oh.
She was entertaining Lady Landra and her son when I left her. Perhaps in the atrium? Before we go, my lady, might I beg a question? I've heard from several people that a Grey Warden is here. Is that true?
Yes, it is. His name is Duncan. I met him. You sound quite excited.
Awed, more like. The reputation of the Grey Wardens as mythical warriors is unsurpassed.
It's true. He's talking to my father right now. His name is Duncan. I met him. Don't let it concern you, Silver. It is true?
Then, is it also true that this Grey Warden was asking after me?
He intends to text you for recruitment. I'm not certain, maybe. I really don't have time for gossip.
Maker's breath. Are you certain?
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Me, a Grey Warden? It would be everything I've dreamed of. Of course, I shouldn't get ahead of myself. Pardon my outburst.
Thank you.
We really should go after your hound, my lady, before he does something worse.
Do you know much about the Grey Wardens? Why aren't you marching with our men? I really don't need you to accompany me, you know. Tell me about yourself. Begin the first one.
Only what everyone hears. I never expected to actually see one. So few of them are here in Ferelden.
Have you ever seen a Darkspawn? The Grey Warden really is... A Grey Warden's really as skilled as the legend says. Oh, the legends say. Sorry. What happens if a Grey Warden recruits you? Let's talk about something else. Okay.
Never. You hear about Darkspawn attacking homesteads and travellers, but I thought they were just stories. I hear they only recruit the most skilled. It'd be disappointing if that wasn't true. I only know that once you become a Grey Warden, your old life is over. There's no going back.
Let's talk about something else.
As you wish. But what if the Grey Warden tries to recruit you? Have you thought about it?
He assured my father he won't recruit me. Why would he recruit me? I would want to become the Grey Warden. I wish he would recruit me. I really don't know how I feel about it. Why?
Begging your pardon, my lady, but you are no ordinary woman. You're strong, skilled, and easily the equal of any man on the field or off. The Grey Wardens would be fools to overlook you.
Oh, that is the sweetest thing that you said. He assured my father.
He could change his mind. Grey Wardens are notorious for doing whatever is necessary to fight the Darkspawn. Scribe Aldous once told me that the Grey Wardens used to burn entire villages to keep them out of Darkspawn hands.
So they'll kill people to protect them?
If they have to. A few villages are a small price to pay to save the world.
I really wish he had good news.
Too bad. It's unlikely that the Wardens would risk your father's wrath.
Why are you marching with a man?
I would were it my choice. Your father decided I should remain with the complement guarding the castle. I hope that's because this Grey Warden wishes to see me.
You don't really need to accompany me, you know.
Oh, it's no bother. I should make sure that Nan is settled anyhow, or your mother will have my hide.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, you know I've served your father for years, since my own father sent me to squire here. My father is a minor lord in the Bannorn, but our land is little more than a glorified farmstead. I do miss it, though. The valleys of the Bannorn are beautiful this time of year. I take great pride in serving the town. Still, if I had the opportunity to join the Grey Wardens, I wouldn't hesitate.
Oh. Would you leave my father's service?
With his blessing, I imagine. Joining the Wardens is the highest service one can render. Of course, my lady. Lead on.
Nothing else?
We really should go after your hound, my lady, before he does something worse.
No, it's the same thing. Okay.
Of
Keep going. If you press escape, it will escape the whole thing. So next time I will do that. Well, we can choose both of them. What is this? Is there anything here? Okay. I will go up there yet.
Good evening, milady.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, my lady, we were just,
Ignoring your duties, playing cards, taking a break.
Well, the treasury's safe. I'm not even sure why the Tarn stationed us here.
Don't worry about it, man. I won't say anything. Do you always question your duties? Be my father fears someone will steal something.
I don't know. Nobody has come to look at the treasury.
Who has the key of the treasury? Then perhaps you'd better get back to work. Don't forget about it this time. Continue your game and pretend I never come by.
The Tarn. And perhaps the Tarner? Honestly don't know, my lady.
Okay. Continue again. I'll pretend.
My lady is very kind to show us such lenience.
But if I go
Thank you
like
for your
this-
lenience, my lady.
Key is required. Okay. This is, for example, Fergus, and this is the cook. So I've been all this is here.
Good evening, milady.
You have a book.
As you say,
Book.
it will be done.
Have another book. Librarian.
Good evening, my lady.
Nothing else. Okay, let's talk to them.
Mother says the Darkspawn will all be killed, and I won't see one. Is that true?
Hello, my dear girl. By chance, I am beginning to teach these young squires about your family's history.
Do we have to? History is boring.
Boys, you are referring to the Couslands, the very family in whose castle you live. Show some respect.
But it's boring. It's alright, it is boring. Still the same taskmaster, I see. They could do with some discipline. It's alright, it is boring.
I see you haven't changed. Perhaps it would benefit you to join our lesson.
Okay, no thank you. I must attend to important tasks. Certainly, I'll be happy to. I'm quite familiar with the subject matter. I'm a bit old for lessons, I think. Okay, certainly.
Wonderful. Oh, the Cousland history is long indeed. Where shall we start?
Come to think of it, I have things I must do. When was our land founded? We predate the founding of the kingdom, yes? Tell me about relationship with our house.
Records are vague. But the Kuslans became Tierns during the Black Age. Is that familiar, child?
Yeah. It says no, really. Yeah, I remember something about an age in there. No, not really.
Every day I pray to the Maker that my lessons will stick, and every day he tasks me anew. At that time, your family held only the minor title of Ban. When the werewolves reached this area, Ban Mather Kusland organized a curfew and patrols within the city. Several other local bands supported his efforts by swearing oaths of fealty, making him their Tiern.
Come to the lesson, I think. We played the fun and the kingdom.
Well, I'm glad some of my lessons don't disappear into that yawning chasm between your ears, young lady.
I don't advise insulting me, old man. I'm doing the best I can. Your lecturing does lead to your name. It's your skill as a tutor, of course.
If I were truly a skilled tutor, I suspect I would not encounter such insouciance amongst my pupils. You could look that up later. At any rate, your family has held the Ternier of High Ever since before King Calenhad united Ferelden. In fact, Tierna Elethea Kuslan battled Calenhad to maintain High Ever's independence.
We opposed the king, and Calenhad let us keep the Ternier. I suppose we lost. We opposed the king.
The Kuslans are ardent royalists now, but at that time, Calenhad was unknown and considered dangerous by many. When Calenhad's army reached High Ever, Tierna Elethea led the local bands against him. Obviously, Calenhad won.
Come to think of it, I have things to do, and Calenhad let us keep the...
Calenhad wished to unite Ferelden, not conquer it. After Elethea's men were defeated, Calenhad asked her to swear fealty. The boulder where they held council still stands today as a memorial of that event.
Tell me about it.
The history between the Kuslans and the House reaches back to the Orlesian occupation.
Go on. When did Orlais occupy, however? Spare me the war stories, please.
During your grandfather's rule, of course, Orlais found it difficult to hold these lands. During the rebellion against Orlais, several battles were fought near High Ever. The port village of Harper's Ford was the Ternier's center. Its Jarl was Tarleton Howe. Though nearly 90, he was still as sharp and bitter as cheap ale. Your grandfather openly supported the rebellion, but Howe sided with Orlais. Your family was forced to seize Harper's Ford before it was all over.
But my father and Howe are all friends. We fought the House. As was our right, the House are our vassals. Unfortunate, but we couldn't lose Harper's Ford. We fought a...
Your grandfather couldn't afford to lose Harper's Ford. In keeping the town, your family drove Orlais from its lands. The Howes eventually joined the rebellion, when all of Ferelden united behind King Merrick and General Logain. Just as now we united behind Merrick's son, King Cailan, to fight the Darkspawn.
Time to end the lesson, I think.
Thank you for indulging an old man.
Does that mean we have to listen to you now?
Silence! I will not have you two becoming smart-mouthed hooligans. But perhaps you should go. I doubt they need any more distraction. I'm just going to settle in here and apparently just talk to myself.
Okay.
This is boring. Mother says the Darkspawn will all be killed and I won't see one. I want to learn how to use a sword.
Okay. Let's see. We need to go here. If this one goes like this, you can see where we're supposed to go. So we just went to the library and then the study, the chapel, the guard post, the main hall, and now we're heading to the kitchen. This is good.
Good evening, milady.
Kind of nothing here. Solution skill. Okay.
Get that bloody mutt out of the larder.
But mistress, it won't let us near.
If I can't get into that larder, I'll skin both of you useless elves. I swear it.
Calm down, good woman. We've come to help.
You and you. Your bloody mongrel keeps getting into my larder. That beast should be put down.
I'm sorry he's bothering you, Nan. He's not a mongrel. He's a pure-blood Marbury. Perhaps you should lock your ladder tighter? Maybe you should be put down. I'm sorry he's bothering you, Nan.
Just get him gone. I've enough to worry about with a castle full of hungry soldiers. You two, stop standing there like idiots. Get out of the way.
Inventory and equipment. To give new items to Robin. Okay. It's an easy. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Instead of Gilmore, we cannot do anything.
The Terran and the Arl. We will serve you while the Terran is away.
Why are you talking to me, young lady? That wretched creature is likely eating my beautiful roast as we speak.
How did he get in the ladder this time? I can't help it if my hound is too smart for his own good. Intimate. You will keep a civil tongue or I will cut it out. Please come down now.
How in the blazes am I supposed to know? He up and walked through the wall, I expect. That hound isn't natural. I see it in his eyes. He does this on purpose, just to torment me.
Okay.
Oh, look at that mess. How did he even get in here?
Enough. You are a bad boy. Do you hear me? What a smart boy you are. Oh yes, you are. Sit right there. I'm not putting up with this. Are you trying to tell me something, boy?
He does seem like he's trying to tell you something. Wait. Did you hear that?
I always call him like that, Brave. I'm not even. Oh. Okay.
Look out!
Take these animals off.
You want to die?
Giant rats? It's like the start of every bad adventure tale my grandfather used to tell. Your hound must have chased them in through their holes. Looks like he wasn't raiding the larder after all.
It certainly looks that way. Those were very large rats. Maybe it was just a coincidence. So my hand put me in danger. Great. Certainly.
Those were rats from the Kokari Wilds. Best not to tell Nan. She's upset enough as it is. But seeing as you've got your Mabari well in hand, I'll be on my way. I'm to prepare for the arrival of more of the Isle's men.
Don't go. Okay. So, let's just take some stuff. Back. There we go. I will save it. Just to save it.
There he is, as brazen as you please, licking his chops after helping himself to the roast, no doubt.
Actually, he was defending the ladder from rats, big ones. He's not so bad now, just a dog being a dog. Yes, well, what can you do?
What? Rats? Not the large grey ones?
They'll rip you to shreds, they will!
See, now you've gone and scared the servants. I expect those filthy things are dead.
Yes, those are dead. Quite messy about. My faithful war home made sure to be safe. It took care of it. I took care of it.
Oh, I bet that dog led those rats into there to begin with. Oh, don't even start with the sad eyes. I'm immune to your so-called charms. Here then, take these pork bits and don't say that Nan never gives you anything. Bloody dog. Thank you, my lady. Now we can get to work. That's right, you two. Quit standing about.
There we go.
We will serve you while the Terran is away.
We will serve you well while the Terran is gone.
Thank you again for your help. Now, if you'll just hold on a moment. Yes?
I mean, do you know how...
Adney, get moving with those casts. And Kath, do you think you can serve that to the Terran with dirt from the floor all over it?
Miserable bat.
Oh, bat am I? We've got to work double time on supper, sweep out the hearths, and no complaining.
Busy day. Have you considered whipping them? Any more rat problems?
Don't even mention that. These two will run like a pair of frightened kittens, and then where will I be? Thank you for coming to your old nanny's rescue. That blasted hound is more trouble than he's worth. He is. And don't start with me. You've gotten all you're getting today. But what about you, my lady? Been keeping safe and well behaved, I hope?
Of course. When it's convenient, that would be boring. What would it say? Anything but yes, of course.
Good. I'm not exactly privy to your goings-on now that you're grown. Just an old nanny, never invited to your father's fancy meetings. Do you remember that bedtime tale I used to tell you, the dog that bit?
I remember it. Oh my goodness, again. Not well, no. I don't have time for the story now. I remember it.
Good. Then you can start.
Before our fathers came down from the mountains, once upon a time there was a dog, and he bit someone. In the dark and musky world, there was a smelly cook. Didn't have
A warhound was born to the elder bitch of a tribal chief. They named him Hahaku and gave him everything. He grew up a fine, strong pup, destined to be the partner of the chief's eldest son.
The dog found the idea tedious and Hahaku prideful. Hahaku wanted nothing to do with it. I don't have time for this. Prideful.
The young hound became arrogant, taking food from his kin and warning them, in the way of dogs, that the chief's family would punish them if they tried to attack him. Years passed, and the time for the chief's son to take a warhound came closer. Hahaku's pride swelled, and many of the people of the tribe came to the chief, quietly whispering of this dog's bullying. With each complaint, the chief saw only Hahaku's strength and pride, and sent his people away. But as his son grew, the chief watched more closely. The day might come when his boy's life would depend on this dog. If the humblest of his people would not trust Hahaku, how could he?
So he made a weaker dog his son's partner. Hahaku owns. Misdeeds beat him. Strong or not, he chose a more reliable dog, and Thursday I'm just gonna get it.
When the day came, Hahaku sat proudly, waiting to be called. But the old chief chose Hahaku's brother as his son's hound. Hahaku was shamed, but felt no remorse. So great was his rage that he darted across the fire pit and bit the chief's hand.
You should have waited until the chief was alone. A bold move. That was a mistake.
No, an impulsive and prideful one. The chief and his son struck at Hahaku, cursing him. The hound ran into the village, seeking shelter in the tents and kennels. The other dogs snapped at him, and the tribe's people threw stones at him. Before the chief could reach him, the tribe had torn Hahaku apart. Now, what should you carry from this tale?
Don't abuse your power. How you treat the least is remembered by the greatest. The weak pull down the strong when they can. No one is above justice. Respect all equally. Honors terrible stories. This could be several of these, actually. Basically, I think I will just press 1. Don't abuse your power. No one is above justice. Respect all equally. I think don't abuse your power.
Exactly. Hahaku took advantage of a position he thought he was entitled to. But you're far too old now for an old woman to be reminding you to watch how you behave, hmm?
Why do you tell me the story? You aren't comparing my barbarian to Fukaku, are you? Think if the story was thoughtful of you. Yes, I am.
It's a story worth repeating. That's all. Be off with you then. Tell your brother farewell before he rides off to war.
And give. There's another thing.
I can't chatter anymore. I've a whole army to feed, and then some. And don't think you two will get away from me anytime soon. I heard that. I'd beat you black and blue if I didn't need your arms working. Blasted elves.
Okay. Nothing else.
I can't chatter anymore.
There we go. It'll be all the same. So now we're going to go upstairs. We went everywhere, so we go upstairs. There we go.
And my dear Bryce bought this back from Orlais last year. The Marquis who gave it to him was drunk, I understand, and mistook Bryce for the king. Ah, here is my lovely daughter. I take it by the presence of that troublesome hound of yours that the situation in the kitchen is handled?
Yes, mother. Nanny's back to work as we speak. Yes, there was a giant rat in the larder. Nan's head exploded and my hound ate the kitchen stuff. I'd rather not keep chasing this stupid dog.
You've always had a way with her. Darling, you remember Lady Landra, Baron Lawrence's wife?
I think we last met at your mother's spring salon.
Of course, it's good to see you again, my lady. Weren't you drunk? If you say so, this will have to wait. Father sent me to find out this. Of course.
You're too kind, dear girl. Didn't I spend half the salon trying to convince you to marry my son?
And made a very poor case for it, I might add.
You remember my son, Dyron. He's not married yet either.
Don't listen to her. It's good to see you again, milady. You're looking as beautiful as ever.
Thank you. Flattered. Go sort your head. You're looking handsome yourself. The last one.
And this is my lady in waiting, Iona. Do say something, dear.
It is a great pleasure, my lady. You are as pretty as your mother describes.
And she says that after seeing you whacking stuffed men in the courtyard, sweating like a mule.
Your daughter's prowess with the blade is most impressive.
I was quite the battle maiden myself in my day. But I think it was the softer arts that helped me land a husband.
I can handle my own affairs, thank you. But I go now, mother. You are aware that we are at war. Perhaps we should speak alone some time.
I would like that, milady.
I think perhaps I shall rest now, my dear. Dyron, I will see you and Iona at supper.
Perhaps we'll retire to the study for now.
Good evening, your ladyship.
Okay.
You should say goodbye to Fergus while you have the chance.
You're right, I should go. Did you know there's a grey warden here? Do you know if Fergus might be... Why can I go with Father and Fergus? I have a bad feeling about all this. Are you staying at the castle?
Yes, your father mentioned that.
Yes.
You haven't got it into your head that you want to be recruited.
Yeah. The Darkspawn have returned. Grey Wardens are needed. But the Warden allowed it. Would that be so bad? Definitely not.
There's enough here at the castle to occupy you. I don't need you off chasing danger like your brother.
I should go. Do you know... Oh.
If he's not out with his men, probably upstairs with Oriana.
Where can I go?
I know it's difficult to stay in the castle and watch others ride off. But we must see to our duties first. You understand that, don't you?
What if they fall without me? I could make a difference. Yes, I understand. Yes. No. What if they fall without me?
It's in the Maker's hands now. And we must cope as best we can.
Do you know what my... I think we
If he's not out with his men, probably upstairs with Oriana.
Okay. I have a bad feeling about this. Are you staying?
For a few days. Then I'll travel with Lady Landra to her estate and keep her company for a time. Your father thinks my presence here might undermine your authority.
I don't think you should go. I was about to suggest that myself. As you wish.
Don't worry, my dear. It won't be long.
I have a bad feeling.
As do I. Your father and brother are marching off to fight Maker knows what. All the assurances in the world don't comfort me, but it wouldn't help for us to take up arms and follow. Fergus and your father have their duty and we have ours.
I should go.
I love you, my darling girl. You know that, don't you?
I love you too. Had it been longer. My birthday is on. I love you too.
Go do what you must then. I will see you soon.
Well, we know we need to go back to some place. That is the study here. So we need to go this way. And we need to talk to them. Because there is something else that we need to do. We will talk with Iona first.
That is a wonderful dog. He seems very noble and intelligent.
Yeah.
Greetings once again, my lady.
Good evening. I haven't seen many elven ladies in waiting. How did you come to know Lady Landra? You're pretty, I must say so. How did you come?
My family has been in service to hers for many years. Lady Landra elevated my place as a reward for our loyalty. I hope this position might pass to my daughter.
Oh, you have a daughter? You don't hope for more for your daughter? Let's say you have a daughter.
Forgive me, I shouldn't have mentioned her.
No, it's alright. Ah, it's quite alright. Tell me about her. Yeah.
Her name is Amathine. Her father died of a wasting sickness 2 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You speak of her fondly. I bet it feels to be proud.
Thank you. He is with the Maker now.
Don't you hope... Yes.
I have risen very high for my people. I would not tempt fate by wishing more.
It sounds like Landra has been good to you.
Lady Landra is good to her elven servants. That is not true in many households, but I hear it is in yours. It speaks well of your father to show such compassion.
I haven't seen...
Lady Landra has been very good to me. I am lucky. If I may, I see that you have no ladies in waiting. Is this usual for a noblewoman of your rank?
I don't like others having me. If I had a maid like yourself, I might consider it. Maybe little, I never needed one. Ah, the last one.
That is a very Ferelden attitude, I think, to be so self-sufficient.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I am an open book, my lady. What would you like to know?
What do you put?
Lady Landra's manor is not half so large as your castle, so my family lives in the alienage.
Don't you live in there? Is there anyone special back home? What do you think of humans?
There we do not stand out quite so much. In an alienage, my daughter learns what it means to be elven, as much as possible. So much of our history has been lost. That is an awkward question. What do you mean?
Do you find humans attractive? The reverse is true enough. Do you resent humans for what they've done to your people? Do you find them very different from your own people?
Sometimes, but to be honest, we elves have lost much of our history. Few speak our language anymore, and many do not know what being elven means. We live amongst you, worship as you do, sing the same songs, eat the same foods. I am a Ferelden woman, yet my race will always set me apart.
Is there?
No longer. I have little time for such things.
Surely you're joking. Someone as beautiful as you. Have you thought about it? You must get very lonely.
Between caring for my daughter and Lady Landra, very little. Though I would not rule it out if the right person came along.
I'd like to ask you about something else.
Of course.
Good evening.
Farewell, my lady. Good luck on managing this castle in the coming months. I imagine it shall be very difficult. Greetings once again, my lady.
Tell me about yourself.
I am an open book, my lady. What would you like to know?
What do you think about humans?
That is an awkward question. What do you mean?
Do you find humans attractive?
Some humans, yes, without question.
Let's ask you something else.
Of course.
Well, good evening.
Farewell, my lady. Good luck on managing this cat. Greetings once again, my lady.
The last one is...
I am an open book, my lady. What would you like to know? That is an awkward question. What do you... Well, that is not an easy question. I think that conversation would take far more time than we have now.
There we go. The rest is all the same.
Of course.
Good evening.
Farewell, my lady. Good luck on managing...
Thank you. And the last one.
Hello again. Your castle study is wonderful. Might I ask whose collection this is?
I don't want to talk about books, Darren. It was my grandfather's, but I came here often to read. My grandfather's. I really have no idea. It was my grandfather's.
So would I. Do you have a favorite book?
I don't want to talk about books. Not really. Dragons of Tevinter by Brother Timos. The Art of Passionate Love by Brother Capria. I love dragons. Maybe the Art of Passionate Love.
Oh, that was banned by the Chantry, wasn't it? Quite provocative, I understand. I've, never read it myself.
I could show you what I've learned. It isn't really meant for reading. I'm already joking. I'm between the 1 and 2. It isn't really meant for reading.
No, I'd heard that. Hence the banning.
I should go. So, you're going to be riding with my father tomorrow. Do you know anything about the Wardens? Let's talk about me. I like that topic. Oh, I'd like to get to know you a little better.
Yes, though I don't know when. I will leave when your father does. I'll ride as his second. Glorified squire, more or less. I'll care for his horse and armor and such. It's quite an honor.
While you're actually fighting, you considered it an honor to do menial tasks. Do you know anything about the Grey you're actually fighting?
I hope so. I admit to trepidation about facing Darkspawn, but I can't imagine an opponent more worthy of defeat. Unlike you, I am no child of a great house. If I can rise within the ranks of your father's service, it is more than I could normally hope for. I'm a bit surprised that you're not riding alongside your brother. Is that disappointing?
No. Yes, I really want to go. No, not really. I have important duties here at the castle. Are you implying something?
Implying? Not at all. I'm simply curious. If you're interested, I shall record what I can during the battle. My writing skills may be lacking, but I hope to convey a true sense of a warrior's experience. Writing such an important work is one of my ambitions.
Do you know anything about the Grey Warden?
No more than anyone else. Is it true there is one here in the castle? Have you met him?
It's true. I've met him. I really shouldn't say. No, it's not true. No.
I'd join the Grey Wardens in a heartbeat. Can you imagine destroying the Darkspawn forever? Becoming a hero? But I'd never gain a Grey Warden's notice. I'll have to be happy under your father's command.
This is terrible because it's kind of, let's talk about me. I want to get to know better. I don't know which one. Okay, let's have the two one.
I don't actually know you that well, my lady. You're beautiful, capable, but beyond that, a bit of a mystery to me.
You think I'm beautiful? Perhaps we should get to know each other better then. What have you heard about me exactly? I'm not mysterious. You think I'm beautiful?
Was there any question of it?
I'd like to get to know you better.
I'd like that. What did you have in mind?
Tell me about yourself. Why don't you go as well in private? Why don't you come to my room later tonight? Perhaps we could talk after you return from south. Never mind, I should go. Tell me about yourself.
There's not much to tell. I am the eldest son of a minor lord. I can't imagine I'm anyone very interesting to you.
Why won't you go somewhere?
Gladly. But your mother is expecting me for dinner shortly, as is mine. Perhaps another time?
Why not come later tonight?
I suppose I could see you after everyone is asleep for something of a more intimate nature, if that is what you mean.
Is that what you want? Yes, I'd like that. No, never mind. Is that what you want?
I think I do.
Then I will see you tonight. Well, I don't. Forget I said anything.
I look forward to it. I shall see you then.
So sorry. Spices things a little.
I shall see you tonight, milady, after dinner is done and everyone is retired. Until then.
Oh. Kinda. Oh, this is kind of two things. Okay. God.
Good evening, milady. Good evening, milady.
Of course.
Very well.
Okay, key is required. Okay. If we can come here, we have that. Let's have this. Do we have something here? Any book? Anything? No. Okay. Oh, this one is literally Gear required. Okay. I can only record 2 hours video, so let's see how I will save it here, but we'll continue.
Is there really going to be a war, Papa? Will you bring me back a sword?
That sword, Oren, and I'll get you the mightiest one I can find, I promise. I'll be back before you know it.
I wish victory was indeed so certain. My heart is disquiet.
Don't frighten the boy, love. I speak the truth. And here's my little sister to see me off. Now dry your eyes, love, and wish me well.
Shall I wait outside? Just let me know when you two are finished. No Darkspawn go home, Fergus. You two are nauseating me. Should I wait outside?
Stay. I'd like to say farewell.
I bring a message. Your father wants to leave without him. Wants you to live without him. I wish I could go with you. And you'll be missed, brother. Did you know there are grey wood in the castle? Do you really think the war will be over quickly?
Really? Was he riding a griffin?
Oren, griffins only exist in stories now.
I'd heard that. Did he say why he's come?
He says he's recruiting. He's going to test Sir Gilmore. It's not boring.
Good for him. I hope he makes it. If I were a Grey Warden, though, I'd have my eye on you. Not that Father would ever allow it.
I bring a message. Okay. Do you think?
Word from the south is these battles have gone well. There's no evidence that this is a true blight, just a large raid.
Could that be true?
I'll see for myself soon enough. Pray for me, love, and I'll be back within a month or two.
I wish I could go with you.
Then the Arl's men are delayed. You'd think his men were all walking backwards. Well, I'd better get underway. So many Darkspawn to behead, so little time. Off we go then. I'll see you soon, my love.
I would hope, dear boy, that you plan to wait for us before taking your leave.
Be well, my son. I will pray for your safety every day you are gone.
A good shield will be more useful. You could have delivered your message yourself, father. Fergus will be fine. He just might need those prayers. Good shield.
I miss having both my children in one place before I leave. Not likely.
And make us sustain and preserve us all. Watch over our sons, husbands and fathers, and bring them safely back to us.
And bring us some ale and wenches while you're at it. For the men, of course.
Fergus, you would say this in front of your mother.
What's a wench? Is that what you call on to get the bucket out of the well?
A wench is a woman that pours the ale in a tavern, Oren. Or a woman who drinks a lot of ale.
Bryce, make us bread. It's like living with a pair of small boys. And then have a daughter.
I'll miss you, mother dear. You'll take care of her, sister, won't you?
Oh, just go already. You can count on me. You need protecting more than her. Mother can handle himself, always has. You can count on me.
Oh, good. How thrilling to know I'm so well taken care of.
Enough. Pup, you'll want to get an early night. We've much to do tomorrow.
Yes. Leveling up. Okay. So we needed, let's see next. We need strength, we need dexterity. So we need a tiny bit more strength, and I will put a tiny bit more dexterity. Because we don't have enough. Oh, full cover. Okay, let's just change that. There we go. I like that one. There we go. Sometimes it gets a tiny bit. Let's talk to them.
You should be on your way, pup. Long day ahead tomorrow.
About this Grey Warden.
I was wondering how long this would take. Has he asked to recruit you?
And if he did, no. Why would I want to be recruited? He hasn't. I just wonder about him.
If a blight is truly upon us in the south, then Grey Wardens will be needed. There is no higher court. If it comes to that, we can talk about it when I get back. Until then, just show him every courtesy. Duncan is a fine man, and a hero.
I go now.
I know that you'll do me proud. You've grown into a sensible woman. That much is clear.
Thank you, Bob.
Let's do as your father says, darling. If I will see you in right now, I would be glad to offer.
Mama says you're going to be watching over us while Papa is gone. Is that true, Auntie?
I wish you couldn't you wouldn't call me like that. I wish you wouldn't call me that. Yes, that's true. It's not going to be very exciting, yes.
What if the castle is attacked? Will there be dragons?
Dragons are terrible creatures, Orin. They eat people.
Yeah, I want to see one.
This is your influence, Fergus.
What? I didn't say anything.
Are you going to teach me to use the sword, Auntie? Then I can fight evil too. Take that, dire bunny. Oh, Darkspawn, fear my sword of truthiness.
Truthiness? Maybe as your mother. You bet. Let's go.
We're teaching him about honesty.
Don't worry, son. You'll get to see a sword up close real soon. I promise.
This is going to be boring. I don't want to stand at the castle all the time.
Getting sent to bed early, oh.
I don't mind. I have someone waiting for me. Have fun a long march in the cold. I'd still rather be going with you. I certainly hope not. I don't mind.
What? You saucy miss.
That's really...
Well, I sure hope he's worth of your time, or I'll have to have a chat with the fellow. At any rate, I'll miss you. Take care of everyone, and be here when I get back. Now I wish I was staying. It's damn cold in the south this time of year.
You should be on your way, Papa. I know.
Okay. I will leave the game here because of the time of the video. So this is kind of the first part of the, say, tutorial. And yeah, well, I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.